Tansi, bonjour. Zongibenisi and Netish Nakas, Nigani Benisiga Botish Nakas, Ganutotem. My name is Clayton Thomas-Muller and I'm a Cree man from Treaty 6 Territory, Pugatawagan First Nation in northern Manitoba, Canada. And I'm the delegation coordinator for the Idle No More, Frack Off, Indigenous women leading campaigns, media campaigns to defend our climate. We're here in New York City, the Big Apple, to participate in what many are expecting to be the world's biggest protest on climate change ever during the Ban Ki-moon UN Special Preparatory Meeting that's happening as part of the General Assembly. Members of our delegation will also be participating in the UN World Conference on Indigenous Peoples, or what many of Indigenous peoples who are converging here in New York City are referring to as the World Con. Both of these gatherings carry tremendous significance in the context of impacts that communities, Indigenous communities, the world over are experiencing as a result of our rapidly destabilizing climate and also as a result of the fossil fuel regime and their direct impacts on our way of life, on our sacred water, on our atmosphere, and on the land that we all depend on for our livelihood. And so Idle No More has joined in collaboration with the New York State-based organization Frack Action, which has facilitated the first statewide moratorium on the notorious fracking industry here in New York, and the Manhattan institution known as the New School Media Division to organize a panel event on the evening before the September 21st People's Climate March. And from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the New School Theater in downtown Manhattan, we will profile 4 Indigenous women leaders. Ellen Gabriel, a Turtle Clan member, Mohawk human rights activist from Kanesatake Mohawk Nation in the province known as Quebec in the settler colonial state of Canada, will be speaking out against 2 tar sands pipelines that are coming through her community, threatening the lake that her community depends on for water because they want to build these pipelines underneath that lake. She'll be here to talk about what her people are doing in her community to resist both Enbridge Pipeline Corporation and TransCanada Pipeline Corporation. Shelley A, a Mi'kmaq woman from Micmac Territory, Atlantic Canada, is here to talk about the struggle of Elsipogtog and the resiliency of Micmac people, as well as Acadians and New Brunswickers who held a peaceful, non-violent blockade against Houston-based SWN Energy Corporation that was trying to do seismic exploration in their territory for fracking. Elle Maija Tailfeathers, a half Sami, half Blood member of the Blood Indian Reserve in southern Alberta, is here. She's a filmmaker and was one of 5 women that was arrested protesting the leasing out of 2/3 of the Blood Indian Reservation's land to Murphy Oil and other fracking companies that went into their community working in collusion with the tribal government to frack that land. She's a well-known filmmaker, advocate, and will be here as part of our Idle No More media team. And also Kandi Mosset, a staff member of the Environmental Justice Network, Indigenous Environmental Network, and member of the Mandan Hidatsu Harikura Fort Berthold 3 affiliated tribal Indian reservation in North Dakota, home to the largest fracking boom in the lower 48 United States of America, is also going to be a part of our event, speaking out against the man camps popping up all over their territory, speaking out against the fracking boom that's part of the Obama administration's all of the above energy policy that is hurting Indian countries so terribly. This event will link the issues of violence against women to violence against our most sacred Mother Earth through the extractive industries-based economy that both the federal government of the United States of America and the settler colonial state government of Canada are pushing on the backs of Indigenous communities. And we're here to stand in solidarity, and we'll be marching on the streets on the 21st, on Sunday, with tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of other social movement sectors to send a clear message to President Obama, Prime Minister Harper, and all world leaders converging at the UN that we want concrete action on climate change now, legally binding mechanisms that respect the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, that respect the sacredness of Mother Earth, that respect our fundamental responsibility to take care of our land, air, and water for future generations. And as Indigenous peoples, we're bringing some of those lessons that we've always held dear to our heart to share with the world.